Johnny did nothing illegal, right? But Korean extras, they are so...
You want to kiss? Kiss my cheek. You can kiss my cheek. Really? You can kiss my cheek.
China, we need political asylum.
Breaking update. The long-anticipated documentary about Hank and Johnny Somali just dropped, and it's far worse than anyone imagined. This isn't about friendship. It's about obsession, control, and two men using each other for attention, escape, and something far darker. For years, Hank painted himself as Johnny's loyal protector, someone who gave up everything. But the documentary reveals something far more twisted. Hank wasn't acting out of loyalty. He was exploiting Johnny, his situation, his vulnerability, even his body. And Johnny himself admits it, on camera. Stick around, because what you're about to see will change everything. The film opens with Hank defending Johnny Somali, claiming Johnny didn't break a single law in South Korea. Johnny did nothing illegal, right? But Korean prosecutors, they're obsessed with enforcing cultural norms. I don't like it. You shouldn't either. Hank clearly knows everything Johnny's endured in Korea, and still calls it ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Even the law itself is ridiculous. Johnny didn't break any laws, man. Seriously? Are you blind? Or just that far gone in your obsession with Johnny Somali? Is that why you see nothing wrong no matter what he does? What do you think? Because Hank saying Johnny did nothing wrong makes it painfully clear he's either delusional or deeply infatuated to the point of ignoring reality. Comment your thoughts below. And right after defending Johnny, Hank trashes Japan and Korea, even though Korea is his own country. Meanwhile, he praises China. Henley invented liberty. My moral compass is the US Constitution. I've always been pro-China, anti-Japan. Long live China, Korea, and Japan. Wait, what? How does someone disrespect their own country and beg China for protection? Yup, he literally asks China for help. Talking about seeking asylum. One thing about Hank, he's always talking about China. China, China, we need political asylum. Get me out of here. Take me and Hank to Beijing. Shenzhen sounds good. Don't say anything about Beijing. We're trying to go there. You don't want to live in Beijing? Okay, then somewhere else. After watching that, even if Korean authorities stay silent, this is deeply humiliating for South Korea. Because the truth is, Johnny Somali is pleading for asylum in China. That implies he believes he's unsafe, being mistreated or even threatened, and thinks China will rescue him. That alone damages South Korea's reputation on a global scale. And Hank? He's praising China, slamming Korea and Japan. That's not okay. No one gave them a pass to trash any country. South Korean authorities should absolutely take note and hold Hank and Johnny accountable for the disrespect they've shown. And then there's this moment. The first time in public, the documentary captures Hank and Johnny Somali kissing, a moment that confirms what people have long suspected. Want a kiss? Kiss my cheek. Really, kiss my cheek. Dang it, kiss my hand, my bro. That's some slavery. I love Hank. That's my brother. Hell yeah. Did you see that? This isn't just odd. It's manipulative. Hank is clearly using Johnny, and it's all right there on camera. From how he touches him, talks to him, and even how Johnny reacts, you can see Johnny is uncomfortable. He even says it feels like slavery. That proves Johnny's not emotionally involved. He's just stuck. Nowhere else to go. That's why Johnny is allowing this, because he has no choice. And later, Hank even brags about using a fanboy in a sexual way. I'll only touch you in a very sexual way. It gets worse. People keep calling Hank and Johnny gay lovers. Can you shut down that rumor, Hank? We're not gay lovers. He's not a fanboy. I only like fanboys. They're prettier than women. Their skin is smooth. Their shape, females don't have that. I gave a full to a fanboy until the end. I've told this story too many times. If that's what he did with a random stranger, just imagine what he's doing to Johnny Somali behind the scenes. It's way darker than you think, deeper than we can even talk about here. Then Hank tries to deny it all. We're not gay. But seconds later, Johnny says he'd pretend to be gay to escape punishment. For the record, I'm not gay. But if it helps me beat the charges, I'll say I am. What? That means Johnny's been faking this entire thing just to dodge consequences. Every time he claimed he was gay, it was just to do what he wanted and get away with it. This wasn't about identity. It was about clout and avoiding responsibility. Now, if you've watched this far, it's clear this documentary may help Korean law enforcement. There's more than enough evidence to justify action, because this isn't just lawbreaking, it's premeditated manipulation. They confess to everything on camera, especially Hank. He's not a friend, he's a predator hiding behind the mask of help. At one point, he literally calls himself a slave master. This is me with my hat. I want a hat. I'm the master. I'm the slave master. You are the slave. No. You want me to be angry? No. We'll look back at this picture when I'm free from Korea. That proves it all. This isn't friendship. This is exploitation. If someone treats you like property and calls it help, that's not support. That's abuse. And Hank is doing exactly that. He says he gave up everything. His job, family, life, for Johnny. But the documentary shows the real motive. I'm just a student, not a rich man. But I gave up my finances. Johnny couldn't work, so I provided for him. He helped with lawyer fees. He's a great friend. I owe him a lot. This is where I've been staying, 4 months. I sleep in there. Hank lets me use the master bedroom. He's got a weird sleep schedule. After watching all this, it's clear as day why Hank is helping Johnny. You already know what I mean. It's not about friendship. It's something much darker. And don't forget, Hank was deported over a firearm-related case. The FBI called me mentally defective in 2013. I lied on the ATF form, said I was a citizen when I wasn't, got sentenced to federal prison. So don't be fooled by his innocent face. He's a known risk and dangerous. Now Johnny Somali says that if he becomes US president, he'll bring Hank back. Hank's too real for America. If I become president, I'll bring him back to the States. Imagine that. A man facing up to 20 years in Korean prison, fantasizing about becoming US president, and bringing back the same guy who treated him like a slave. Kiss my hands, my bro. That's some slavery. Come on. So after escaping all this, he wants to invite it back in? Well, what do we expect? This is Johnny Somali we're talking about. He can flip his script anytime. So what do you think? What kind of friend is Hank, really, if he's exploiting Johnny at his lowest moment? Would you want someone like Hank around when you needed real help? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And honestly, I wouldn't want someone like Hank even as an enemy, let alone a friend. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to like and share it so people can finally understand what Hank and Johnny Somali's friendship really looks like.